And if you don't give a damn, you're perfectly free to say so.
That's pretty close. As the world turns. They didn't consult me before they started. You know, whatever years those were, no, I didn't expect they would ask me what I thought about it now. But certainly, from the fan point of view, to go forward, there's much more. You know, people wanted much more. I know that. Not just from DS9, but, you know, Next Generation. They wouldn't want to see it go on and on and on. So, except now they're creating this brand new world. So.
Same thing. You know, we've been so far removed from the whole Star Trek thing. I mean, even Paramount was shocked that they're doing it themselves. Yeah, the story goes that J.J. Abrams, he did Mission Impossible 3, and they loved that, and they said, well, we want to give you a 3-picture deal, you know, at Paramount. He said, okay, I'll do it, but my first movie has to be a Star Trek movie. And I'm sure that they were freaky because they had sold off everything.
And got lots of money for it.
Lots of money for it. But in terms, I mean, the one thing that, I wish it well. I mean, you know, as Avery said, you know, nobody consulted us, and we're so far, I'm so far removed from it that, you know, you kind of go great. But one of the things of Star Trek was always to go forward. That's one of the kind of the overall Gene kind of had, and he said to go forward all the time. For a lot of reasons, you know, I think, you know, everything is, the whole situation of going back is wrought with ideas that are already there. Like, you know, there's certain things you cannot do. You know, you can't go in the story direction because you're handcuffed by what's already been out there. So in terms of that, technically, it's kind of difficult. But you know, otherwise, you know, we kind of wish them well. It's successful, great. You know, who knows? But I've been so far removed from it. I mean, I went to a convention in Vegas a few weeks ago. I got up there and I went, I don't know what to say. I was like, what have I been doing? Let's see, playing tennis. But otherwise, I think it's, you know, from what I've heard, and I know somebody that is close to that, it's supposed to be great. It's supposed to be a good movie. So we'll see what happens. It's up to you guys. Yeah. It's not up to us.
Michael, I know that you do a lot of voiceover work. And Avery, I know that you do a lot of stage work. So the question that someone had asked me to ask the two of you was whether or not that you had felt that your involvement in Star Trek had helped or hurt your careers. I'm going to predict that your answers to that question is going to be that it helped. This question, I guess I should have framed the question better.
So he asked the question and answers it.
Yeah, sorry about that. Some of the members of the original cast felt that they had been typecast in their roles and that they were unable to break out of their character after the end of the original series. I don't believe that has been the case for pretty much anybody in any of the modern Trek series. I think that I don't think anyone has been hurt by their involvement in Star Trek. I certainly think it would be a launching point for both of you. Would you agree with that? Or any comments? Rambling incoherently.
Let me take this one. First of all, how do you know that? The second thing is that the original, I mean, Star Trek is a part of your career. It's not the beginning or the end or anything. It's a part of the career. You know, for me, I mean, it's like before Star Trek, I was doing stuff. You know, and after Star Trek, I'm doing stuff. So it's like it's just part of the career. I don't think that it's. If you look at it that way, I think yes, that it's an issue. But I'm not going to speak for anybody else or the original guys. But you know, I mean, it's a great part of your life. Believe me, it was a great time. You know, but it's part of your career, it's not the beginning of the end.
And I certainly agree with that. I mean, in a context like this, you know, Star Trek is in the center of the universe, but when I go home, that's that. You know, and say, oh yeah, just take out the garbage. But in terms of this typecasting thing, there's an interesting story, perhaps, that when I first started, they had me sign a contract agreeing to shave or grow hair on the top of my head and shave the hair off from my face. And I said, well, okay, because this is the way I look, though younger. So, and this is literally true. I won't say who said it to me, but they said, well, the point is that we don't want any confusion between you and Patrick Stewart. So you see my point? This thing about typecasting. I'm not sure. I'm talking. So, you know, I don't know to that extent that my career has had a significant bump in typecasting, certainly. And the other thing about it is you know, the voiceover thing that Michael does a lot of. I do a fair amount. You know, it's a very, very rarefied group of people who do it. You know, it's a very closed circle in that way. So Michael was doing it before he was doing Star Trek. So, you know, like that. And the beauty of it, well, people will say, well, are you still doing it? Yeah, are you still doing Star Trek? No, it's been a long time now. But you know, I mean, but that life thing really goes on. I'm proud of the work that we did. But that's it. It's over now. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's really all right.
Last night was a historic date in American history in that a major political party for the first time nominated an African American as a United States presidential candidate. I'd love to know what your gentlemen's thoughts on that are. I'm sure you have much to say. Not really. Next question. That's Arlene.
You know, I mean, at the moment, it really speaks for itself, doesn't it? Yeah, it speaks for itself. And it's magnificent in that way. I don't know what else there is to say about it. There's more to come. There's more work to be done, if it is true. But the moment speaks for itself. And then there is, just like the Star Trek, giving this, there is the possibility. The possibility does exist. Great things can happen. That's what Star Trek is talking about, or still talks about. You know, the wonder of possibility, the infinite possibility, the power of imagining, the power of imagination. And if you can imagine it, that someday it will be so.